Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we're talking Carlos King. He had his reality TV recap, y'all. And the first hour, I guess he heard the sirens about him not acknowledging Love and Marriage Detroit because he had two cast members on there for the first hour. Couldn't tell you what happened. I just literally am here to talk about like the last... I came in at the tail end of like the last 10-15 minutes or so of the live where it was all about Porsha, but it seemed like it was like going on 40-50 minutes, it sounds like, right? It's crazy. Carlos King, or Claudia Jordan, again, likes to allude to there's something in the works potentially with Carlos King and Dustin, or potentially something going on at another location. I don't know if this is like a live reality TV recap show on location. I don't know if this is alluding to what Carlos King previously alluded to, which is he has been pitching shows as recently as to Bravo. So I'm not sure if this particular show is being pitched or not. A little, a reimagined TGIF, if you will. Claudia Jordan, from what I saw, did not address the Funky Dineva comment about allegedly wanting to get the band back together. But we're here to talk about how Carlos King rides for his friends, even when they're in the wrong. Because Claudia Jordan was going in on Porsha, was dragging Porsha up and down and all around, and was like, listen, looky here, like you don't be making comments like that you might bleep somebody's husband, and there's already issues with how you and Simon got together, and you refuse to address it, and it's inappropriate. And then Carlos was trying to ask clarifying questions and trying to say, well, technically, Fallon wasn't Porsha's friend. That was, they were just co-workers or whatever. And Claudia Jordan said it's still inappropriate and all these things. And when is Porsha going to be held accountable? Why doesn't she want to talk about the Simon situation? And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And Carlos King, y'all, he went to bat for Porsha. He put on the cape for Porsha. I'm not sure what Porsha's fans are called, but Porsha fans, if you feel that you're under attack, go watch this live tonight. But I'm speaking of the hypocrisy of it all, because Carlos King is like, when you're going through a divorce, you're not in your right frame of mind. I worked with a lot of women going through divorces, and, it's not fair to put judgment on them. It's not fair to expect this or expect that. They're dealing with a trying time for a divorce. And I was thinking to myself, well, Mel on Love and Marriage Huntsville went through a trying time through a divorce. And it seemed as though, people didn't care. People didn't give a bleep. In fact, you guys uplifted Martell Holt and made it seem like Martell was the golden child and was the victim and was the one that was wronged in this whole marriage. And Carlos King saying that it is a stretch to call Fallon and Porsha friends, that is nothing of the sort. And you had Destiny come on the last season of Love and Marriage Huntsville and try to allege that Melody and Martell's concubine were friends. No. Are you serious right now? I had to keep looking at the TV because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, is Carlos King serious right now? And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Let's give Porsha grace. You know, she's dealing with Simon, who is terrorizing her on the internet, who is literally harassing her on the internet. And I was like, wow. Didn't Martell on Love and Marriage Huntsville literally get arrested and convicted for DV harassment, 3rd degree, in harassing communications? And you have Simon all on the internet up until he got in ICE custody, doing the same thing. And Dustin even called it out. It seemed like Simon was more concerned about being on Real Housewives of Atlanta than he was being a good husband and everything else. And Carlos is going in. Carlos is defending Porsha. Claudia keeps chiming in. Oh, I know this is making you uncomfortable because Porsha's your friend. And Carlos is like, no. This isn't making me uncomfortable because listen, we can address the, Porsha's comment that she made about Charles Oakley. She said that it was the Henny, that she said something with the Henny or whatever by accident or whatever it wasn't meant to be said. And then he quickly pivots and he says, listen, Shamia is Porsha's friend. We don't hear anything about Shamia and Gerald. Carlos King says, Porsha is Cynthia's friend. We don't hear anything about, Porsha and Leon or Porsha in Cynthia or any of Cynthia's exes or that sort of thing, even though Peter Thomas apparently has tried flirting with Porsha, but that's neither here nor there. And I was like, wow, Carlos King, wow. And it was just like, I was like, here is the Carlos King that we have been talking about. This is the Carlos King on full display, front and center. When Carlos King likes you, when he wants an interview with you, when he wants whatever, clout, attention, opportunities that come with being associated with you, this is how hard in the paint he goes. Mind you, Porsha is getting dragged everywhere because Claudia has also commented that she felt Porsha's not really giving anything this season. And Carlos King is like, everybody says, why haven't we seen the fun Porsha? Why haven't we seen the likable Porsha? Da 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 da. And he was like, please subscribe to her YouTube channel and maybe she'll talk about some of your questions and concerns there. But part of the reason we're not seeing the fun Porsha is because of this divorce and everything that she's going through. And the fact that Simon has filmed her from, filming inside of the house that they shared together. And Dustin was like, well, I don't care. Porsha can film in the parking lot or whatever else and say, this is my home. This is where I live and everything else. And so Carlos King is being so empathetic towards Porsha, giving her so much grace. And I was just like, wow, if you just even gave a tenth of this to Melody Cherie Rogers, it could have been a completely different show on Love and Marriage Huntsville compared to what has unraveled. And apparently, as well, Claudia Jordan is calling out somebody. She sent papers to somebody. I don't know who. But she said that she sent papers to some gentleman because I guess they allege that Claudia was immersed in some type of mortgage fraud or something else when she was speaking on investigating or asking her friends about Britt Eady. So she said that her lawyers drew up the paperwork for somebody else. No, what? And then Claudia thanks Carlos King for getting her back into the blog genre. For her to be back into the blogs and that she's not discussed Real Housewives of Atlanta in 50 million years and how Real Housewives of Atlanta fans brings out all types of people. And Dustin was like, yeah, similar to the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans. I was like, here we go. Here we go. And so, nonetheless, Carlos King then said he doesn't announce his moves, he makes them. So that was all that I wanted to speak to in this particular video, y'all. I need y'all to unleash in the comments. What do y'all think of Carlos King's commentary of going this hard in the paint for Porsha? and being empathetic and sympathetic and having all this grace in the world for Porsha. But Melody Cherie, who literally is just trying to live her life, is just trying to do her thing, and literally has a menace for an ex-husband, was literally using his concubine to talk to all these blogs and spread lies about her and go to different cast members and try to turn the cast against her, and nothing. No empathy, no grace for Mel. Nothing at all, y'all. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.